Base front, true believers. This is Modular Media's No Prize Podcast. I am your host, Chris, a Boinger writer Gaston, and with me, as always, in the bullpen.
Representing the we haven't seen Quantumania yet, we're waiting for Disney Plus, so no spoilers in the chat or I'll fucking block you competition. The Vacuuminator is here.
I mean, yeah, sure. Hold on. Because Vac wanted me to put it on here, so I'm putting it on real quick.
Yeah, I kind of realized it would be smart if we just did something like this from now on when we're waiting for things to release on Disney Plus.
Here's text. Add a text source.
I messaged him about it a week in advance, and he just didn't do it because he's a forgetful old sod. But we love him.
Quanta. That's what it is. Quanta. Don't you wanna Quanta?
I've heard it's all right, and that's all I expect from an Ant-Man film. But I'm reserving personal judgment for when it releases.
For Ant-Man 3.
Blocking competitions are just Twitter to the quest for Elon Gold.
I need...
Elon Gold, known evil duplicate of Booster Gold.
Do I want background color? Where is all of my things? Okay, Arial. I don't want Arial. Can I use my own? Does it? I'm trying to find the font. Oh, there it is.
Live, everybody.
Uh-oh. Where are you, buds? I'm trying to find this out. I'm trying to figure this thing out.
You'll find it. I'm competent.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Yeah. How's the chat doing? Sound off. We need a vibe check right now.
Dude. Okay. So
will we be Justice tonight? Oh no, I think we'll be a league of our own. Modular Media is a league of less than extraordinary gentlemen, after all.
Okay, we got the color. We don't need a background. Do we need a background? Hold on.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Alignment center. Give me an outline. That's weird.
Hello, Kelvin.
Hello, Kelvin. I'm trying to put a spoiler no thank yous onto the screen, and it's not showing up.
The League of Extraordinary Fuckboys. Hey, Buster, calm down there. I'll have you know I haven't said anything sexist in at least a year.
At least. At minimum.
I might have mistakenly said something sexist in 2021. I don't know. That's too long ago to remember.
He may have said, yo, nice tits.
Mm-hmm.
At least once.
I've definitely said that once in my life.
How would you describe your nice tits talking about to break the streak tonight?
Well, y'all just wait till we get to Unlimited and Power Girl shows up. I'll break out a special weapon for you.
Okay, I guess I can't use fancy font. Why can't I use fancy font, you dipshit?
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, it's not letting me use Beavis. It's not letting me use wood stamp. Can I use wood stamp? Why aren't you showing up, you shit?
Oh. It's lame.
A
surprise criticism that will help us later.
A surprise criticism. color. Where?
About
Hold
to
on.
break the streak tonight. I mean, I might have already. I did sign up for a new NSFW Patreon for a while to support an artist.
Oh, support an artist?
Yeah, I'm all about supporting artists directly. It's totally not about like, hey, you draw nice tits. I want to see those tits.
He wants to see those tits.
Mm-hmm.
A.
A
It's almost as if we got a certified tit drawer in the chat. Certified tit drawer.
the big bucks. Yes, $3 was how much that tier was.
But we do have a certified tit drawer in the chat. We have Kelvin.
Oh, hey. Maybe I should check out the tits that Kelvin draws. See if that's worth my money sometime. Send your portfolio my way, sir or madam or them.
Okay. Are you? You know what? Let's just use Google Fonts.
Yeah, I was about to say this is taking a little longer than I thought.
Don't know why it won't let normal at my internal fonts. It won't recognize it. Weird.
That's upsetting.
And I have good taste in fonts. You can attest to this.
Yes. You've turned me on to several font these nuts. God damn it, Buster. You fucking zoomer.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta have the zoomer to be the boomer. Alright, cool. Let's make this a bigger outline so it's easier to read.
Yeah, that should probably be below us too. We can move it.
Oh, I will, you fucking asshole.
I'm just saying things.
There.
I'm just okay. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. It's delicious. It's gorgeous.
Lock that down.
Look at that.
There we go. Whoa!
Look at that right there.
Whoa!
Hey.
Wait, hold on.
Hey.
I want to check something. It's still there. It's still there. It's good. We're good.
Hey.
Hey.
Look at us.
Look at
Look
us.
at us.
Look at us.
Thought.
Who'd have thought? Which pair of glasses should I take off?
I don't know.
Because if you haven't noticed, I'm wearing a pair of safety glasses to hold my hair back. Yo, Man 3 forgot they made Man 2.
Oh man, you should have gotten Man 2. That was so good.
Catmandu.
Oh man.
This is a podcast. What are we talking about? We talk about comic books.
I believe we were going to speak about the Bruce Timm Justice League cartoon.
Yes. We were going to talk about a very, I think, fan favorite episode. It's a very fun episode, at least.
It's the first one I would describe as genuinely fun.
It's Legends.
Legends.
This
is episodes 18 and 19.
Yes.
Because we're still in two-parter land. And this is the episode where they parody the Justice Society, except it's not the Justice Society. These are Bruce Timm's OCs do not steal.
Yeah. Bruce Timm's OCs do not steal. Except maybe the little gremlin dude? Is he a comic guy? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't remember him from anything.
Yeah, fair enough. But basically, I just need the first thing I need to mention. They're fighting an Evangelion?
Yeah.
They're fighting an Eva unit.
Straight up, right at the beginning of the episode.
Straight up an Eva
Lex Luthor made an Eva.
Like, I couldn't place it for a second.
Getting the robot mercy.
Getting the robot mercy. Or, what's the guy who's, Metallo? Or Metallo will have to do it.
John Suffing, I think.
But, like, it took... Rule Draconian's thesis. You know what? Fuck it. Here, I need to show you guys this, because, like, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's a cool robot, you know? Cool, fun...
Did you take a bunch of screen caps for this like you do for Geats?
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Okay.
But they're fighting the robot and a bunch of shit happens. It's comic book shit.
Flash tries to do a thing and then it fucks up.
And then they wake up in the 50s.
And from there, it's just all kinds of goofs and gags about how far we've progressed as a society and how weird superheroes used to be back in the day.
But also it
Remember the
doesn't
Silver Age, folks?
but it also doesn't shit on them. It just is like,
Mhm.
oh, this is a different time.
Yeah.
It's a little goofy.
Like, there's never a moment where they go like, hey, these are a bunch of racist, sexist fucks. But there are a few moments of like, oh.
Yeah. Here's the Ava unit that they fucking fight. And it's just an
Yeah.
Ava.
It's straight up an Ava.
Straight up an
Like,
Ava.
Lex been watching too much anime in prison.
He's just like, oh man, I relate to Shinji. No one else understands me. My dad was also abusive.
Which one do you think is his waifu, Asuka or Rei?
Oh, it's Rei. Cool, calculated. Of course, Lex goes for the cool, calculated characters.
Yeah.
Lex is a big Death Note fan. He
Oh,
would.
Lex loves Death Note. You know it.
Superman, though, One Piece fan.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Superman's a One Piece fan, and Lex cannot
I
understand why
guarantee
he
you,
likes One
Superman
Piece.
like loves every shonen. Like he reads Dragon Ball, he's like, "This is amazing." He reads JoJo, he's like, "This is amazing." He reads Naruto, he's like, "This is amazing." He reads One Piece, he's like, "This is fucking long, holy shit!" But it's good. Okay,
Hey, length is not an issue.
yeah, I'm just clowning.
Reminder: we're American comic book fans of stories that have been going on since the 30s and the 60s.
Yeah, but you could separate it out into runs.
Eh. But they're in this 50s era, and it's old school classic comic book shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
He binged, yeah. But also he took his time with those 24 seconds.
Those 24 seconds were like a few weeks for him.
Yeah, classic comic book shenanigans, and then they slowly start realizing the mystery, and it's like, oh, shit, be wrong, and then they fight the bad guy and they get out of there.
Mm-hmm. And it's all a little think piece on nostalgia before this was even like a topical subject.
Yeah, because it is very much of like this one guy who just wants to relive the good old days is trapping everybody in a perpetual state of nothingness.
Mm-hmm. And Green Lantern is like having to deal with the fact that he's feeling that nostalgic tug a little bit too, because these are all comic book characters that he grew up reading. And he has to face facts with like, oh, it's a different time. We don't belong here. They shouldn't still be doing their thing. They don't deserve to be stuck in this perpetual hell of doing the same shit over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta get out of this. We gotta break free. We gotta do new things.
But it's also the idea that there's a fun idea that the old heroes are still heroes. They still face the face the inevitability of death head on, and that inspires Green Lantern to be like, yo, fuck the soft feelings I have for these characters, wanting them to be around. They're putting their lives on the line to save people. That's what they inspired me to do. Why am I not doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is all just good shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good little episode. It is solid. I think it's the best episode we've had so far, other than maybe like the first 3-parter.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites of the first season. It's one of those ones that I think a lot of people reference when they reference the pre-Unlimited days of like, this is a standout story. Like it's Justice Lords, it's the first Vandal Savage episode. There's some ones we'll be getting to that get really good, but this is the first like kind of evergreen episode.
Yeah, I will say there's one thing that it's like, why couldn't it be the Justice Society?
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't it have been Green Lantern and what's the Wildcat and
Yeah.
Jay Garrick, and
I'm
what would
willing to bet. I'm willing to bet they were like, well, we might want to do something with the actual Justice Society later, so let's not.
that's fair.
But then again, I don't think they're in Unlimited very much. Like Wildcat has a couple of Unlimited episodes, but I don't know if like any of the other ones these are supposed to be specific analogs for show up.
Well, I mean, it's Flash, Green Lantern, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
The Turbine guy is kind of like Captain Marvel, Shazam.
A little bit, yeah.
He has to turn his powers on. There's electricity.
Oh shit, the lady is fucking Black Canary. How did I not think of that? Black Canary is like a major character in several episodes of Unlimited, several key episodes.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they aren't the Justice Society. It's just more of like knowing what the Justice Society is. It's just like, oh.
It might be, but I think that was also like right around the same time Jeff Johns was making a name for himself writing the Justice Society and reinvigorating that brand.
But one thing also that's really good: no Batman, no Superman, no Wonder Woman.
And they don't feel absent. There's never a moment of like, why aren't they here? Because there's a perfect explanation of we're stuck in an alternate reality thing.
Yeah, but also it lets essentially the B team players, the ones that most people don't know going into Justice League, stand on their own.
Mm-hmm.
They're not relying on Superman, Batman to like prop up the story in any way.
Yeah, and it allows for several jokes about how things have changed to work better. Like the comment, I forget who it is, but somebody makes a comment to John like, "Oh, you're a credit to your people, son," and he's like, "What the fuck?" Superman would have immediately shut that shit down. Same thing with the bit where Hawk Girl and I can't believe it's not Black Canary get back to the base, and she's like, let's make sandwiches in the kitchen, and she's like, what? Wonder Woman would have immediately shut that shit down.
But I think it's less of like, oh, it's just shutting it down, and it's just more of like it's exploring, because you can tell they're not malicious. They're microaggressions. They are being ignorant, but they aren't being malicious.
Yeah, no, it's the difference between being products of your time and being an active shithead.
Yeah. Because I can see this Flash analog thinking, oh, this is a genuine compliment. You're a really swell dude. You're great. And like, it comes out like that, and it's like, oh. Okay, Grandpa.
Buddy pal, what are you doing?
Did Dwayne McDuffie have any hand in this episode? Because that feels like a Dwayne McDuffie line.
It does? Let me see.
That feels like Dwayne McDuffie is there. He's going like, oh, these are.
Like he didn't come on the show until like season 2 or 3.
He was on the last episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was.
Yeah, he wrote the last episode.
Yeah. Okay. He might have had input on this episode on some level, but he didn't write or direct it. It says.
Yeah.
On the wiki.
But like that feels like such a Dwayne McDuffie line of like, oh, they're in the 50s. Oh, they're good guys, but they're still kind of products of their time. We'll throw this line in, and anybody who like understands these kind of context language would immediately go like, oh, yeah, they're products of their time, but they're trying, and it's like, there's layers. It's good. Good writing. Sometimes good writing is a little racist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
It do be that way.
Sometimes good writing is racist. Is there anything else we need to talk about in this episode?
No, it's a great episode, but it's very simple in what it's trying to accomplish, and like its standout moments are very obvious.
Okay, there's a final bit at the end of this episode. Good way to pull it off. But there's a final bit in this episode where they're fighting the psychic gremlin dude.
Uh-huh.
And he's floating in his psychic ball, where all he is a sliding PNG. It's just like aggressively sliding PNG, man.
That's true, but like animation just be that way sometimes, bro.
Animation be that. I just found it funny while I was watching. It's like sliding PNG, man.
I guess Bingo Bongo is getting canceled tonight.
I can't get canceled. I'm a white man.
I should not have laughed.
Hey, you're also a white man.
That is why I laughed.
Haha. But I don't think there's anything else we need to discuss about this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to keep going on about the blonde superhero.
I could, but honestly, I always find Black Canary and characters with similar designs to her to be a bit overrated. Like, good for Ollie, but not my thing.
I mean, she has that biker chick vibe.
Yeah, I guess I just don't like biker chicks.
You don't like
Never thought of that before, but I guess I'm not into Barbarella.
Barbarella, Barbarella, take my Ella, we'll be rocking and a rolling, rocking really, really, Barbaram, Barbaram.
Yeah. I've never really thought about that. I like muscly women. I like punks, but I don't like biker chicks. Wow.
I can't believe anti-goth. I don't think he's anti-goth.
I'm not anti-goth. Goth isn't exactly my thing, but I can get into it sometimes.
Sometimes you just need a dommy mommy goth chick.
Sometimes. I don't think I could have like a committed relationship to a goth woman, but I could definitely like have a fling. If I had,
well, that all depends on if
I was actively pursuing relationships.
That would also depend on just would a goth girl even want to have a relationship with you.
Yeah, it'd have to be like the kind of goth girl who finds idiots like me cute.
And see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You are lacking one. You are lacking one distinct quality. You're not neurodivergent.
I'm working on it.
See, I'm a fluffy hair neurodivergent gamer boy. So eventually I will find my bisexual goth girlfriend.
Eventually. And I mean, you know, I'm trying to be a big health fitness boy, content creator. So eventually I'll find my fitness influencer blonde model girlfriend. That'll definitely happen one day.
Calvin,
shut up.
Calvin, why did... No.
Kelvin.
Hey.
I did not need that image in my head.
Hey, do we want to talk about some news?
Yeah, it's another big news week. Like I've been telling people, it's fucking... We're heading into summer movie season. New York Toy Fair was supposed to be this week before they moved it to the fall. So just prepare your anus for all the news from now until like the end of July.
Kelvin can draw it. You can't stop me. I can't stop you. That's true.
Oh my god.
I cannot physically stop you. Hey, guess what? We got a new poster. Poster for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It looks really good.
Yeah, this came hot off the heels of the new trailer last week, but we missed it because the trailer came out like fucking an hour before we went live. I like this poster. I've liked both the Guardians free posters so far. However, I found it fucking hilarious how everybody like found the need to complain that Nebula didn't look feminine enough in this. Did you see that whole conversation that went on?
Yeah, it's better to ignore Gamergate's idiots. Because it's just it's a descendant of that. It's Gamergate, it's Comicsgate, it's all that bullshit.
Yeah. That's just ridiculous. I was like, have you ever seen a woman wear a t-shirt before, sir? Sometimes it doesn't fall that way. Calm down.
I'm sorry, she's not having boob windows and boob pockets.
Don't worry, you'll get your Power Girl movie eventually.
And even then, she'll probably have like a very small boob pocket in that.
Yeah,
it's a good.
And they'll explicitly put that explanation in like the opening 10 minutes of the movie. I hate boob sweat.
Yeah. We also get the Marvels release date with a new teaser poster.
Yeah, apparently.
I gotta open the.
Yeah, you gotta open the thing.
I open the tweet.
Apparently, there was a rumor going around that there was going to be a new trailer during the Super Bowl, and we didn't get one for the Marvels, and a lot of people got upset because they believed the rumor. So I think Marvel went, all right, fine, here's a poster. That's all we can put out right now.
And again, it's a good poster.
Yeah, it's a pretty good poster.
It's a really good poster.
I like the tagline. It's just an update on the Captain Marvel tagline. It's now not just higher, further, faster. It's together. because they're gonna be a
I
team.
definitely feel like the sequel is going to be less military focused, and if there is any military, it's going to be the weirdo sci-fi military WandaVision had.
Yeah, I think most of it is going to take place in space, just given that Miss Marvel end credit scene.
Like, people complain of like, oh, military propaganda in the Marvel movies. That's just Miss Marvel. That's the only one that really does it. Any
Yeah, and also I'm
because
like, bruh, you fucking go watch a Transformers movie and then talk to me about military propaganda.
people don't realize like to use military grade equipment, you have to work with the military, and they have say on how the script is written. So if there is any which way the military is shown in a bad light, they aren't funding it. They aren't
Mm-hmm.
doing it. So
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, they funded it. Military shown in a pretty positive light. Hey, look, we got lady fighter pilots. They're doing stuff. Look at all the cool planes. Iron Man 1. The military are fucking warmongers. They're assholes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way you gotta.
Most of the Captain America movies are about Captain America going against the government's orders.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Also,
a
before we move on, new release date movies coming out November 10th.
Got their hands in a lot of pies. I mean, look at everyone's favorite movie from last year, Top Gun. Yeah, Top Gun movies are not even like hiding that they're propaganda.
Oh, dude, I was fucking at work the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
I got there a little early and just was like having a chat with my boss, and I don't even remember how, but like I think we got on the subject of Tom Cruise movies, and he keep in mind this is like a 50, 60-year-old man. He was like, "Have you seen Top Gun Maverick yet?" And I was like, no, I've heard it's really good. I'll probably get around to it eventually. And then he was like, "You got to see it." And he was telling me all this shit about it. And then another employee his age walked in and he joined in and he was like, "Oh yeah, that movie was so good." And then on my way out, a third guy came in and was like, "Yeah, you got to see that movie. It's the best thing ever." So I'm probably going to end up seeing it pretty soon just to appease them.
But also, it is a boomer movie. It is a
Oh
movie for
yeah.
the boomers.
That is the vibe I get from those trailers, and that's fine.
Like legit, my parents have told stories because they came out when they were in high school of
Mhm.
like my dad thinking he wanted to try and join the Top Gun program.
Oh yeah, no, my dad told me at one point that like the first cassette he ever bought for his car was Highway to the Danger Zone, and he would play that all the fucking time, even when he got more cassettes.
Yeah. But on to the more news. We still got so much news, guys. We got so much news. Thankfully, we
All
don't
the
have a
news.
super ton of comics to talk about.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say we went light this week. It's just more of like things than
not a lot of interesting stuff.
a lot of it. No, interesting things came out, just not a ton of it.
Yeah.
But we also got confirmation. For some reason, Harrison Ford will be the president in Captain America: New Order, playing Thunderbolt Ross as president.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting turn of events because there's only been like one other time where the president has been brought up in the MCU, which
Iron Man
is
3.
in yeah, and there he was kind of a schmuck. So we'll see what they're gonna be doing with him there. They're probably gonna get really political with this movie, like the last episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. And you know what? If they do that, good for fucking them. I'm excited.
Yeah. It seems like it's going to be interesting. Good. More stuff. Anthony Mackie confirms when Captain America New World starts filming, plans to compare notes with Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he did a little interview recently on some YouTube show, promoting some other movie, and they were like, "Hey, wasn't New World Order supposed to be filming by now?" And he's like, "Yeah, it got delayed, but we're gonna be filming in another 3 weeks or so." And they're like, "Okay, are you looking forward to working with Harrison Ford?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've heard he doesn't know much about the MCU, so I plan to give him a full debrief." And that clip got spread around to the point where it somehow got back to Harrison Ford, and his response was literally, "I plan to tell him to shut the fuck up as soon as he starts."
Last episode isn't the comparison you want because the episode stunk. Wrong.
Incorrect, Aki. Flat out incorrect.
Fantastic Forecasting reportedly gearing up with focus on Sue Storm. Nice.
Yeah, this is another rumor that's been flying around Hollywood recently. Kevin Feige said they were going to be gearing up for Fantastic Four pre-production in the next couple weeks, and a rumor immediately started circulating that they are going to start casting soon, and they plan to cast Sue Storm first, and then have the rest of the cast built around whoever they pick for Sue Storm. So she's probably going to be the main character of the first Fantastic Four movie, which I know might not make some people happy, but I think is a really smart choice, given that the only other live action Sue Storm we've had is Jessica Alba, and she sucked ass as Sue Storm. I'm sorry, she just did.
No, we also had the one from Fan Four Stick.
Nobody watched that.
But I'm just pointing it out. She did exist.
Yeah, she did exist.
And the one from the one in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, like I said with Supergirl, I don't know current actors or actresses all that well beyond the big names, so I wouldn't know. Elizabeth Banks.
It is in fact a movie of all time. Yeah, no, I think Sue Storm makes sense, especially if they're, because here's the thing, it's super easy to base it off of Reed. It's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, cool, you base it off of Reed. But like, having Sue Storm is the heart of the FF and is usually like the one to kind of like focus in the other characters. So it makes sense, like you want a strong presence there to build around. They don't want to cast different ethnicities for Johnny and Sue. I wouldn't mind.
Though, if I'm being honest, I think the most interesting casting choice to me is going to be Ben. Because, I'm sorry, Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm, I still hear his voice when I read Ben Grimm in comics.
He was a good Ben Grimm. I definitely think you need... There's definitely somewhat... Okay, you're gonna hate me for this.
Okay.
Jack Black as the Thing.
If you're trying to go really comedical, I could be okay with that, but I would much prefer like more of an actual
He can play
heavy.
more serious. He can play more serious.
He also would need to get super buff in order for me to buy him.
CG.
Even if they're CGing it, I'm sorry. I want fucking just cast a wrestler.
Cast a Jewish wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cast Michael. Don't cast MJF. Don't cast MJF.
That would be amazing if MJF has to break kayfabe to be nice for all these fucking Marvel press tours.
Jack Black is Jewish. Jack Black is Jewish. I watched a clip of him in a podcast the other day of someone going like, "Oh, you're Jewish?" And he's like, "Oh yeah. Well, my dad converted. My mother was a Jew."
Dude. Colt Cabana.
Yes, Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana as fucking Ben Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is Colt Cabana is so fucking Chicago. I don't think he can play a New Yorker.
He has to become a heel for the rest of his life because he's sold out to Marvel to play a New Yorker. Wrestling banter, everybody.
I have to say this pizza's good. Doom. I think we're not gonna see Doom. I don't think we're gonna see Doom for.
I think if we see Doom, he'll be in the end credits. They're gonna save him. But
since there's a lot,
have my heart fucking set on Adam Driver. I think Adam Driver would be a perfect Doom.
He could do it, but I would prefer a Romani actor.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting about ethnicities with comic characters. I'm sorry.
I mean, here's the thing. There's specific European ethnicities that tend to get overlooked, and that just have been overlooked and lumped in with the greater European diaspora, essentially. Mm-hmm. And so, for a lot of Americans, we don't recognize that, like, having a distinctly Romani character is important because to us, it's just, oh, they're European.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we need to constantly think about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In the same way as, like, you could cast a lot of different people as Ben Grimm, but it's better if you cast a Jewish actor as Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
So we also got from Kevin Feige, says fewer MCU MCU shows will happen going forward with more time given between each show's release so they can all have time to shine.
Yeah, we've been kind of getting our panties in a twist, wondering when the next MCU show will drop as a bit of a fandom recently. And Kevin Feige came out and straight up said, like, yeah, Disney's backed off. They're not pressuring us that much anymore. So we're still committed to the ones we're doing, but they're gonna come out when they're ready. We're not gonna release 10 a year again.
Yeah, I think that's better. I think everyone's saying, like, oh, Marvel realized they fucked up. It's true, but to act as if, like, they were greedy about it is, I think,
They
the wrong
weren't
way.
greedy. They were under pressure.
They were under.
Fucking
Yeah,
Chapek sent a memo saying like, "Hey, you're a TV studio now."
yeah. Special effects are breathing a sigh of relief. That's one thing I will say time and time again. Marvel Studios needs to get better about VFX and everything.
I mean, Iger recently did an interview as well that I was tempted to put in here, where he basically says like, "Yeah, from what I've been reading in all like the internal memos since coming back, apparently everybody was just really intoxicated by the early subscriber numbers for Disney Plus, and that screwed up a lot of our productions."
Yeah. I definitely think spreading it out is probably going to be better for just production in general. It's probably also going to be better just for like filming and everything and VFX.
So here's hoping Loki season 2 is good.
I mean, Loki season 1 was good.
Yeah.
I definitely.
Hopefully Ironheart is good.
Oh yeah. I mean, she was great in Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Marvel Studios Spider-Man plans with Tom Holland confirmed by Kevin Feige. Basically, it's just like, hey, we're doing
Spider-Man 4 is coming. We've got ideas. We're working on it.
I definitely think they wanted to take a break with Spider-Man to just let it breathe, but also see what direction do they want to go. Do they want to go like the grim gritty? Like, I wouldn't say grim gritty, the more street level 70s kind of stuff.
I still think the best fucking course of action would be do a Disney Plus miniseries that's just the death of Jean DeWolf.
Oh, I would love a death of Jean. Here's the thing. I want 3 things. I want a trilogy. The first one is just a classic. Like, you bring in Black Cat, you make it fun. What's the burglar? Who's the old man burglar?
I think he's just called the Cat.
Bring in the cat. The cat as the villain. Okay? Old man burglar who's on his last fucking heist. And Spider-Man is struggling to beat him because he doesn't have all the Avengers tech. No, I'm not talking about Prowler. I'm not talking about Prowler. There's another Spider-Man villain. He's an old...
The guy who's friends with Eric O'Grady.
No.
Yeah, that's like a whole subplot where
that's Taskmaster, but that's not who I'm talking about.
No. There's a different guy.
Okay, then maybe we are talking about the same guy. There's an old man cat burglar character Spider-Man's fought, and he's basically, he wants to retire, but he's always like itching for one more heist.
Yeah,
and Spider-Man's just struggling to try and beat this guy because he doesn't have all the Avengers tech anymore. I think that would be a fun story. It really showed where Spider-Man is now. Give all the people who want a street level thing, and he teams up with Jean DeWolf.
Yeah.
Then
like you could tease Black Cat and introduce like Hobie Brown as the new best friend, or no, the fucking Robinsons. The Robinsons should show up.
Then the second movie, since you did the Robinsons, you do Tombstone, and the final credit scene in the second movie is the fucking heartbreaking monologue from Jean DeWolf as she's dying. Of like, my dad always was a cop and he wanted me to be one of the best commissioners in New York City. But why does it feel...
first female commissioner.
Well, there's been female commissioners since then.
Yeah.
But that's one of the best commissioners. And then she just goes, why is it so cold, as we zoom out to see her face and a guy in a green sweater. Third part, Sin Eater.
That would be a great fucking end credit scene, but I also think it would be an even better teaser trailer for that movie.
I don't know, but like that as a like you do the grim, gritty crime stuff Spider-Man from like the 70s and the 80s, and you end with Sin Eater.
I think he was changed to Felicia's dad in the animated series, and you could kind of like hint at that.
Yeah.
You could have him say like, "Oh, I have a daughter around your age" in one scene.
Yeah,
And
or
then
you
like
or
maybe
you could
Felicia shows up in the second movie.
or oh, I had an apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
The second one having Daredevil and Tombstone would slap. Yeah, Daredevil, Tombstone.
Yeah. Daredevil should just make a cameo in every Spider-Man movie from now on. Don't have him be like the co-star, but just have him show up for a scene or two
Oh
to
my
help
god, no,
Peter
no,
out.
no. Because guess what happened in the Sin Eater story? That's when they reveal their identities to
Yeah.
each other.
So like you've already had the lawyer interaction. So in one of these next two movies, you have Daredevil show up and help Spider-Man fight some goons, and then in the fucking Sin Eater movie, then you have the big reveal.
And he's a co-star because he was a big part of Sin Eater.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, hire
This
us.
slaps. This slaps. Fucking hire this man, Kevin.
Remember, in aspects of distinguished competition and marvelous competition, Kevin Feige expresses his excitement for James Gunn's DC Studios.
Yeah, he basically the bunch of interviews Kevin Feige's been doing because he's on the press tour for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Where he said like, yeah, I have no ill will towards James Gunn. I said exactly the same thing when I found out about him doing the Suicide Squad. I said that sounds great. I hope it comes out well, and hopefully whatever he does at DC Studios goes well, as long as he finishes Guardians of the Galaxy 3 well.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's in post pro, so
Yeah.
and James keeps tweeting about like, yo, I'm doing this at DC, but then I'm heading over to Marvel to work on Guardians. Like, he's not taking a break from Guardians.
He's doing all the shit right now. He is a busy boy, busy boy. It's good to see his current and soon to be former boss saying like, hey, there's no ill will. We're not gonna have a fucking stupid Marvel versus DC conversation over the next few years.
Unless we do Marvel versus DC. The story. JLA Avengers. Imagine whoever they get as a new Superman holding Thor's hammer and the shield going, Avengers assemble!
Gosh, dilly dang it. Don't threaten me with a good time, sir.
JLA is a good comic book. Everybody should read it.
Mm-hmm. JLA Avengers.
JLA Avengers. Next up, we have a really fun tweet from Chip Zdarsky, a big fan. We're both big fans of Chip.
Chip's good.
Chip's good. Where he says, pretty cool that as the writer of Batman, I get to watch movies right now as per my legally binding DC contract. James Gunn.
And then he posts the contract.
Yeah, he posts a contract, which also Chip get watch Batman.
And then if you click on that tweet, you'll see something even funnier.
James Gunn responds, that's surprising to put it in the contract, but a deal's a deal.
Yeah. Basically,
they're having fun.
It's both of them subtly, not so subtly acknowledging James Gunn saying The Flash is the best movie ever is entirely a contractually obligated thing.
Yeah.
So don't put too much stock in that. But I thought that was a fun way to lead into Adventures in Things James Gunn posted on social media this week. The ever popular reoccurring segment of this fucking show.
Well, first things first, James Gunn says Peacemaker 2 season 2 is postponed, not canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. You're trying to do a lot of things. That's probably going to be something that you want more on the back burner than face and front forward.
Yeah, he's trying to get Superman Legacy done and dusted right now. So he handed those characters off to those other writers for Waller, and then Peacemaker Season 2 is going to pick up sometime after both of those projects.
I do feel like it would be fun if Waller's kind of like DCU Nick Fury in her own way, and Peacemaker is Hawkeye. He just shows up places.
That's what they've been trying to make Waller into since, like, the fucking Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie.
Yeah. But, yeah, no. I'm pretty sure everybody's fine with that. It's not the end of the world in terms of production.
Yeah.
DC Studios, James Gunn teases surprising fan-favorite characters joining the DC universe.
Yeah, so this Instagram account, James Gunn News, posted a poll to its users of like, hey, what characters do you want James Gunn to add to the DC universe in the upcoming movies? and these were the top 10 results that they posted to their story. And James Gunn said, I believe, like something like 5 out of 10.
Well, 5 out of 10 do. Those
Mm-hmm.
characters are Dick Grayson. Yeah, cool. Martian Manhunter. Yes. As a bona fide certified Martian Manhunter. Yes. Martian Manhunter fan. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Lobo, which there's
Mm-hmm.
already rumors going about with Lobo.
Yeah.
Brainiac, Deathstroke,
Please give me
Jason,
a super. Please let Superman Legacy be the Superman movie where Brainiac is finally the villain. Fuck, I've been waiting for that for so long.
Jason Todd,
Okay.
Zatanna, The
Mm.
Court of Owls.
All right.
They get there's one good Court of Owls story that they can do. They can
And
do it.
I'd kind of rather Matt Reeves do it in his The Batman verse, but we'll see if he even wants to.
That's fair. Mr. Freeze and John Constantine.
I mean, you've already got several actors ready and waiting to go. You could either just port Keanu Reeves in for the star power, or you could get Matt Reeves for the fan favoriteness.
Oh yeah. Is Matt Reeves the guy who played him on CW?
Yeah, and he's played him in like everything since.
I wouldn't mind him. He seems like a chill enough dude. He can play him.
Yeah, personally, fingers crossed for Nightwing, Martian Manhunter, Lobo, Brainiac, Zatanna, and John Constantine. All the others I could take or leave.
Yeah. I definitely think they're gonna do something with John Constantine because he's always like a big player in the Magic area.
Yeah, he'll probably be in
Matt
a
Ryan,
Swamp
not
Thing
Reeves.
movie.
Matt Ryan, not Reeves. Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we misspeak sometimes. Sometimes words don't come out good mouth.
It happens.
It happens. James Gunn also clarifies the DCU American Constantine DC canon so he could show up, lol. Yeah. James Gunn clarifies DCU Superman and Batman's age. The people are speculating about both ages. All I ever said was Superman was younger than in his 40s, and Batman might be a couple years older than Superman. Basically, they're gonna be kind of slow. They're close.
Because people have been going, oh man, fucking Batman's gonna have a kid. He's gotta be old, and that's gonna be awkward next to a younger Superman. We never said huge age difference. Calm down. Though Gunn did also just clarify today, and I didn't have time to put this article in here. His Superman is not going to have a son, at least not right out the gate.
Oh, that's fair. That is totally fair. And you know what I'm gonna do real quick? I got a snack. I'm gonna grab it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I mean, I'm fine with them not doing Super Sons for a little bit because John didn't show up in the comics for a little bit till after Damian was created. Almost 10 years, in fact. So if they want to play it that way, that'll work fine.
Hey, more James Gunn news. Teases DC Studio casting news sooner rather than later.
In the next 6 months, to be precise, is when we'll start getting casting announcements. So expect it to come like right at the end of that fucking deadline, like we did, like happened with the slate.
Mm-hmm. He also the big old Galoot tweet where he basically says like how he's kind of envisioning Superman.
He's writing his Superman as a farm boy.
Yeah, it's a is the tweet in here anywhere? I don't see the tweet in here. But basically, he's going to be a big goofy guy, big friendly dude.
They didn't do a fandom like the last 2 years. I don't think they're going to do another one this year. I think fandom is dead.
Yeah. But hey, good friendly Superman, always a good thing.
Yeah. And he also said like he's heavily basing it off of All-Star, as everybody has been speculating.
Yeah. Zachary Levi says Shazam exists in a really special part of the DC universe.
Yeah, so the press junket for Fury of the Gods is kicking back up again. And, Zachary Levi's been making the apologies and saying he plans to be a good boy. And also that there's definitely going to be more Shazam movies. So please go see this one.
I'm not an asshole. You should see my movie.
Mm-hmm. James Gunn is my friend. He's not going to fire me, guys. Now, please have this movie make money so he can argue that I shouldn't be fired.
Well, anything in the world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, of course they're back. They're always back.
They're always
Um,
back.
we also got another look at Keaton in the Flash. Look,
He's ready to get nuts.
oh man, it's Bruce Wayne in time.
I love that they're not. I love that they're not de-aging him. They're just like, nope, this is a 70-year-old Batman who still kicks ass.
Yeah. I mean, he looks fun as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. We also get a new cast member for the Penguin series on HBO Max. Here he is.
Do you want to try and pronounce his name?
Renzi Felix. Renzi Felez.
I don't know him from anything that I've watched, but I have heard that I think he was in The Last of Us TV show in like one of the most recent episodes.
Yeah, well. We also got a couple other actors for Penguin, which I think we talked about last week.
No, that dropped during the King Oger press conference. That's why you remember this, because I told you about it then.
Michael Kelly, Sohre Agaslo, and Dario O'Connell.
I legitimately know none of these people. Hopefully they do a good job.
This guy looks familiar.
Yeah, I thought he was Robert Picardo when I first saw the picture.
And we also get the first look at Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. Can we get a look at that photo? Yeah, look, it's Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, everybody.
As Harley Quinn.
She looks like Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone is surprised.
We also got another Hellboy reboot.
Yeah, this one's actually being written by Mike Mignola, though, so it might be good.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah. I believe it's called The Crooked Man. Hellboy the Crooked Man.
Yeah.
So, I'll cautiously look forward to that. I did hear recently that the David Harbour Hellboy actually wasn't that bad. It was all right. So I do plan to go back and check that out at some point.
To me, it's just, okay, cool. You rather reboot instead of just let the story, let Del Toro's story finish.
Mm-hmm.
And
let Perlman play an older Hellboy.
He can't do it. He himself has said he can't get into the makeup anymore. It'd be too much on him.
Mm.
But like he could have done it like after Hellboy 2. You know.
Mm.
But they didn't. And it is what
it is. What it is. You got to move on. You got to make things happen. And you know what you should make happen? You should make your support for modular media happen. If you haven't already, give us a like. If you're watching the replay, comment down below.
Yeah.
Don't forget to sound off in the chat, you live viewers, as you have so graciously been so far tonight.
Yeah.
Subscribe, ring that bell in order to enable notifications, get all the modular content delivered right to your inbox as soon as it's ready to go. Boingo, do we have some modular content ready to go right now for them?
Oh yeah, we do, because we have what we've all been dreading. They're finally saying, hey, we're revealing the dumb shit that's been happening in Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep, Spider-Man number, what is it? Is it
25 and 26?
ASM 25 and 26. The biggest issues of Spider-Man in 50 years, everybody. I hope you're excited.
I am.
Are you excited?
I'm gonna read them just so I can fucking put this beast to bed. Because I saw one fucking theory of what it could be, and it's so plausible, I hate it.
You know what I want it to be? Because I don't care what it actually is. I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna ignore this run like I have every other Spider-Man run since I got into comics. You know what I would love for it to be? Just Peter got really horny one day, and he spent all day fucking a bowl of mac and cheese or something while supervillains wreaked havoc on the city, and everybody got really mad at him for it.
Here's
Just
the
something stupid like that.
I saw one theory of what it could be of somehow Mary Jane gets sent to an alternate universe where Gwen Stacy
Oh
never
yeah, you
died.
showed me that.
And because Gwen Stacy never died, Peter and Gwen got married. And Mary Jane just goes like, "Oh, we aren't meant to be. We only attach each other because of grief."
Yes, let's completely character assassinate MJ for like the 8th time.
Uh, I don't know. We'll see what happens when it happens. Either way, we also get Women of Marvel. We got one of those fun anthologies. It's
Yeah, the fucking. I don't know if this is for International Women's Day or if they're just doing this to do it, because I can never remember when International Women's Day is until it's happening.
what happened.
But yeah, it's gonna be an anthology book. Yep, there's gonna be a Silk story. I'm actually really legitimately excited for this because Melissa Flores, the current Power Rangers comic writer, is gonna be writing a short story about Kate Bishop.
Yeah, we got a
And you
bunch
know
of
I like me
variants.
some Kate Bishop.
Got a bunch of cool variants with a bunch of different women.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Elsa Bloodstone. She'll kill you.
She probably will.
We got a Miss Marvel. Yeah, here's the Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Here's
And there's gonna be a Silk and Black Cat.
yeah, it's just a bunch of neat lady stories.
Some She-Hulk. You know, all the popular ones who we're trying to push in the MCU right now or in a Sony movie.
Silk is back, swings back in Spider-Verse for a new Marvel series. Look at
Yep,
Silk.
the same person who did that mini last year is doing another mini this year. Another Silk book is coming.
Another Silk book.
I literally only put this in to make Buster aware. It's coming in May, Buster.
Here you go.
Mark your calendar. New Silk book in May.
New Silk book.
Go to your comic shop and put in a pre-order.
Marvel announces new Daredevil and Echo series. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's presumably to tie into the Disney Plus show, which I keep forgetting is happening.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
DC announces Batman 900 oversized issue.
Yeah, the I believe it's Batman 125 is gonna be legacy numbered 900.
I'm so glad that they're starting to do legacy numbers too.
They're adopting them, but they're also like not adopting them because they're not putting it on every cover. It's just like when they're doing the thing Marvel used to do, which is just like when we can celebrate a big number, we're gonna say it's the big number.
Yeah, just do legacy numbers. It makes things easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about Batman as we get to Batman.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be the end of the current arc, so it'll probably just be like the size of 2 issues. They probably just said, "Hey Chip, you want to do an oversized because it's technically Batman 900," and he was like, "Does that mean I have to write an extra script? Fuck."
Can half of it be dick jokes? Wait, are you talking about Dick the penis or Dick the character? Yes.
Yes.
The Brave and the Bold, DC reveals new details about relaunch of the series.
Yeah, so this is suspiciously well timed. There's going to be a new Batman the Brave and the Bold book, which is essentially going to be Legends of the Dark Knight. It's going to be an anthology series from some of the most prolific and popular Batman creators of all time, which will focus on various aspects of the Batman mythos and characters from around his pantheon.
Yeah, neat. Neat.
I'll give it a shot because the first issue is going to have a Tom King's Mitch Gerard story in it.
DC continues Batman White Knight universe with Generation Joker.
Yeah, we got. I think the final issue of Beyond the White Knight this week, and they immediately announced, yeah, there's going to be another book coming very soon, which is going to be an in-betweequel, I think.
Yes, because they've already kind of hinted at what the next one's going to be. She's his daughter.
Yeah, that's Rose Wilson. I believe she's called Ravager. She's an okay character. She has her fans. I don't know much about her.
I mean, here's the thing. They're the kids of the Joker. So, like, it makes sense as a name.
Petition to rename Gen Z Generation Joker because of that movie.
But they also we'll get into the White Knight universe more as we get to it in the comics discussion because I did read it.
Wait, I just realized. Does this mean there's a character who is legitimately the Joker's daughter now?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Before he went insane again in the first White Knight series.
Yeah, him and Harley fucked a lot in that, so I
Yeah,
would
and
not be
that's his
surprised she
daughter.
got preggo.
Yeah, that's the daughter that came out of it.
All right, cool.
But now she has an AI version of her dad that also has a Melvin, brother of the Joker. Well, she does have a brother. He could
He's
be
busy.
Melvin.
Oh my god, if he's named Melvin.
I mean, he's dressed in red like Harley.
Coming soon.
And I mean, like, we'll get to it. DC also announces a new Peacemaker series.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense. And, oh, hey, I wonder who they're basing this Peacemaker off of.
And Peacemaker's an ultra popular character now, so it makes sense he would get a mini series or an ongoing or whatever the fuck this is.
Peacemaker tries hard. That's great.
That's the official name of the book too. And it looks fairly solid. I'll give it a shot. I don't have any reason to distrust these creators specifically, so hopefully it's good.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good. It looks solid. Looks like he would be like a girlfriend.
I bet he would.
Also, hey, guess what? DC announces 3 new miniseries spotlighting Asian heroes. We got Spirit World.
Yeah.
We got The Vigil. And we got City Boy.
Yeah, so this is just a thing DC likes to do every few years is they do an event where they go, we're going to try and make a bunch of new characters and get them all popular and hype so we can be prepared for the next generation. And that's kind of what Lazarus Planet has been. We've touched on it here and there on this show, but most of the issues have at least one story that's like, look at this new character. Isn't this new character interesting? Don't you want to read a book about this new character?
Yeah.
And so now a bunch of them just got announced, spinning out of the latest issue, having a big spotlight for Spirit World in particular.
City Boy was like last week.
Yeah.
The Vigil was like last week. Like,
I have no interest in Vigil, I'm going to be honest. But City Boy, I'm legitimately interested in because I think that's a cool concept for a character. Spirit World, I'm just going to be reading it for Cassandra because they put Cassandra Cain in that book at the last couple pages of that short story in this week's Lazarus Planet. Probably just to sell copies to schmucks like me. I'll try the first issue just for Cassandra.
Sean Murphy has acquired the license to do a Legend of Zorro book.
Yeah, apparently he personally paid to get the license, and he's going to be doing a book about a modern-day Zorro that he'll be self-publishing very soon. And, you know, I like Sean Gordon Murphy. I want to read more Zorro stuff, so I'll give this a shot.
Yeah. And finally, Godzilla Rivals, Biollante and Destroy Oha from IDW will be releasing May. Look at that.
Yeah, big old one-shot about one of the most popular Godzilla villains of all time, and a Godzilla kaiju that I have a big old soft spot for because I've mentioned this a bunch of times on Twit, but I'm pretty sure Godzilla vs. Biollante was the first tokusatsu I ever saw.
Buster, you're wrong. His name is Zolo. He's like a samurai. They changed it for One Piece because they were afraid of getting sued. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna read this and hopefully it's good. I don't know. I haven't read very many American Godzilla comics.
I've heard some of them are pretty good.
I
think it all depends. It all depends on the diaper. Get it? Because Depends is a brand of adult diapers. Dvac, did you drink Pilk yet?
I drank it earlier today. Why do I need to drink it again on the show?
I like the Godzilla comic with Obama. There's a Godzilla comic with Obama.
I have no knowledge of this.
Barack Obama?
Barack Obama, friend to all giant radioactive lizards.
Hey, guess what?
Toy news?
Toy news from the land of Japan. We got an SH Figure Arts Ant-Man.
Yeah, based off of the Quantumania suit, which I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I don't like the way this thing looks. I think it looks really gappy. I think it looks like certain parts of it are floating off of the costume in a weird way. Those kneecaps specifically look real bad, in my opinion. And that's just the way Figure Arts MCU stuff has been recently. Because they've gotten more fantastical and more skins tight with the designs, I don't think Figure Arts is able to keep up because they've always had a tough time with stuff like Sentai and designs that are meant to be very skin tight because they started with Kamen Rider because they put a ton of articulation into these big bulky armor suit designs, and it just doesn't work when you get closer to the skin apparently. But I mean, if you're collecting Figure Arts MCU, you're probably going to get this, and it kind of looks nice.
Yeah. Next up, we got Diamond Select Toys Invisible Woman.
This though is a case of something I think actually looks really surprisingly nice. Because I'm not a big fan of Marvel Select. It's not a line I buy a lot from, but I'm gonna be honest. I think this is the best 6-inch scale Invisible Woman that I've seen to date because it's the only one that hasn't just made her entirely invisible or entirely solid or given her one body part that's phasing. There are optional phasing parts, and she comes with a force field effect, and the head doesn't look like shit. This is a really nice looking Sue Storm figure. I'm very tempted to get it, though it will probably tower over all my Marvel Legends.
Though this one tweet is kind of right. This Sue Storm does look like this actress.
Yep, that's Natalie Dormer. And I can totally see it, but also I don't mind that kind of facial structure for Sue Storm in the modern era.
Yeah. We also got Marvel Legends Kraven the Hunter retro card. Look at that old cell-shaded looking man. He's Kraven the Hunter. This one won't blow his heads out with a shotgun.
Yeah, because it's styled after the animated series where they had laser guns. This was teased at this was shown at a live stream quite a while ago, but now it's officially gone up for pre-order as a Walmart exclusive. And I think it does a really good job at recreating that costume, but I really don't like this head sculpt. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I can be okay with like angry, grimacing battle expressions as an alternate thing, but when it's the only head sculpt in there, I'm not a fan of it. And this one in particular, something about the teeth. They're too big, in my opinion. He looks like he's got a mouth guard in.
Something about this is just funny. Like, just imagine it kind of going toot, 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 toot across the screen. He's like, hey, I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
Somebody make that cartoon of him sneaking up on Spider-Man in that pose.
Marvel Legends Yondu and Tracksuit Mafia exclusive. They're good.
Yeah, these are Target exclusives. That classic Yondu that got revealed a little while ago ended up being a Target exclusive that went up for pre-order this week, along with a surprise pre-order of a Tracksuit Mafia army builder based off of their MCU look. If you remember a while ago when they teased a golf club accessory at the end of one of the live streams, this is what that ended up being. The Tracksuit Mafia are going to come with a whole bunch of accessories so that you can properly army build them and have a bunch of unique looking ones.
Well, you can also get the very specific one dude.
You can get the dude who was friends with Echo, or you can get the dude who was asking Kate Bishop for dating advice.
And a guy in a thing.
Yeah, and if some of these actually physically show up at my Target, I might actually get these. Because even though I don't typically do movie stuff, I like the way these look. They're close enough that they can sub in for the comic versions. And, like, it's also just a solid army builder of, like, a generic street thug that any superhero can beat up.
Yeah.
I really like how these turned out. Very nice surprise reveal, in my opinion. And Yondu's nice, too, if you're a fan of that look.
Yeah, Yondu. Classic Yondu. Batman 1989 Hot Toys with a Batmobile.
This is actually a re-release. They have put this figure out several years before, but I guess it's still up to snuff. So they're bringing out their entire Hot Toys 1989 Batman and Batmobile again, which is fucking huge. For those of you who don't remember, Hot Toys does 1/6 scale. That is 12 inches tall action figures. So this is a Batmobile that's scaled to that. I believe I put the picture in another chat. I'm gonna grab it real quick. My local toy store actually posted a picture right after this got announced of like, hey, why pre-order this re-release when you can just get the original one from us right now? And they had to like put it out in the front of the store, and it's ridiculously huge. I'm gonna see if I can find. Yeah, okay, here's the image. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you in just a second.
You do that, and like I'm just gonna wonder how the fuck you expect me to get it on the page.
Oh, you can't just.
Remember, I
Aren't-
gotta take you off the screen for a second.
Mm.
They can't see your beautiful face.
I just want to convey the sheer size of this thing.
The sheer size, the girth,
Mm-hmm.
the goyeth.
Because both the men in this image are the same height as me, roughly.
Yeah. Hold on now to get that off the screen and get you back on. Bop, bop, fiddly boop. There you go. Oh no, back.
Oh no! It's double back all the way. Okay, there we go. Yeah, look at how fucking huge this thing is.
A big boy. It's big box.
I believe it's like $300 or $400 just for the Batmobile, and then Batman is like another 200.
200.
Because Hot Toys, I mean, they're worth it, but they are fucking insane, man.
Yeah. But hey, you can get Batman. You can get him again. Look at it.
Mm-hmm. If you're excited for the flourish, or you are a nostalgic 40-year-old who is now excited for the flourish, you can pre-order the Batman from that movie right now. Look at him. Isn't he glorious?
That's a Batman.
Where are you gonna put that on your shelves, folks?
Somewhere. It large.
It is large.
It's large and in charge. We also got Mezco thing. Oh, hold on. What is this? We will begin shipping Mezco Collective Batman 1989 edition in the coming weeks, and wanted to give you a heads up in case you need to make any updates to your order, or we begin processing payments for this item. It's critical that you log into your account and update the payment method or file the specific order. Basically, hey,
this is a huge fucking deal.
Why is it a
because Mezco 112 Collective 1989 Batman was announced 4 years ago and went up for pre-order 3 years ago and has seen countless fucking delays. And then out of nowhere this week, they were just like, hey, we're finally shipping it. And a lot of people had speculated for years that, like, oh, maybe they bit off more than they could chew because they've never done a seamless rubber body before. Maybe it's taken a lot longer to work out at the factory level than they thought. But they weren't telling us anything. They were just like, yeah, it's still coming, don't worry. But, less than a week after the Flash trailer drops, they announced they're shipping it.
Are you saying that there might be some kind of conspiracy?
Hey, man, all I'm saying is the toy industry is indeed about money.
Dollar bill, y'all. The DC Multiverse Dark Knight Trilogy Bane Build-A-Figure Wave photos. Look
we talked about the glamour teaser photos for these last week, but now we've got the full pre-order look at all the stuff they come with shots. And I mean, like, these look fine. I'm not super hype about them. I think it's kind of funny how out of scale those batarangs are.
How just look at the legs. Just like
those are the Bane legs. Yeah, he's gonna be a big boy.
Hey, Todd, he has a gun. What do you say about that, Todd?
Well, you see, it doesn't have a trigger, and DC's contract, our contract with Warner Brothers, specifically states no trigger weapons. So this is fair game.
Is that really the contract?
Yep.
That's Joker with some money.
I'm tentatively interested in this Joker because I do love the massive pile of money. I don't think there's an accessory like that out there anywhere right now. So
I love how this is an end movie Joker. This is like before he steals all the money.
Mm-hmm.
No, George Lucas and Todd McFarlane have the same voice.
They do. They do. Listen to fucking current Todd McFarlane interviews, dude.
Here's Scarecrow.
Actually, George is a bit of a slower and a higher register, but he doesn't have quite as many ahs in his sentences as Todd's. Todd's more up here. He's a little faster. He likes to shake around like he has Parkinson's, even though he doesn't. And he says a whole lot, and he clicks. He clicks quite a bit. So that's the difference between them, if you're really wondering.
Two-Face.
Yeah, Two-Face looks pretty good. I think they did a really good job on the scarring with this figure.
Yeah.
And Scarecrow definitely looks like the worst of them, in my opinion.
Scarecrow. Welcome to Scarecrow. We're scaring's our business. Scarecrow.
I do. I want to spend money to get an accessory of a fake stack of money to put in the background of my figure photography.
And here's some photos of Bane.
Mm-hmm. Look at this big muscle boy.
That's Bane.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Drake. Todd said it's Todd time and he Todded all over the Todd.
It's Todd time,
Guys, we're going to be putting up the new pre-orders for the Flash movie wave, so I need all of you to know it's Todd time. Now get over to those pre-orders and Todd all over them.
We got the license to Morbius.
Mm-hmm. We don't want any other Marvel characters. We just want that sweet Morbius money.
He looked great with Spawn. Look great with Spawn. Yeah, the Flash movie. Look, it's Flash.
It's that dickhead. He's getting a figure because of course he is, because it's current movies. You got to make merch for the current movies.
I do like how shiny the paint is, though.
Yeah, this is a nice premium paint job.
Yeah. DC Multiverse, Donna Troy, Titans, Build-A-Wave action figure.
Yeah, this is a weird choice, but I'm into it. I like that they're giving the Titans a whole spotlight wave, and this is a pretty solid look for Donna Troy. Not my favorite, but she's had fucking countless looks, and to go with this one, which is a fairly recent one, is not a bad choice, aside from the weird Aquaman belt she has.
I mean, she always has that, doesn't she?
Not always.
Okay.
It's more of a modern thing, really.
McFarlane, DC Multiverse, Arsenal! Look at Arsenal!
I hate this.
I mean, it looks like Arsenal.
It looks like New 52 Arsenal, which is the worst version of Roy.
Look, he has a backwards baseball cap. Don't you like backwards baseball caps?
I mean, on some people they look nice, but on Roy, it symbolizes an era of, shall we say, creative infidelity.
Ooh, Donna Troy needs to step on Aki. I'm so happy you were able to feel comfortable.
I think we found Aki's comic waifu. Okay.
And then we got Arsenal. The glasses fuck me up. The big old fucking glasses.
The glasses are way too big. The trucker cap is fucking stupid. Why does his armor look like a wife beater?
Here's the thing. His armor doesn't remind me of a wife beater because of the cut at the ab. It reminds me of a training bra.
Yeah, Jesus. This costume sucks. I'm sorry.
And that's it for the toy news.
We did it. We did the news.
Hey, guess what? I have news for you. We gotta talk about some comic books. Black Canary, Zatanna, Donna Troy. Oh, Aki, you're into fishnets.
Definitely. It's not bad.
Hey, Vec, we're talking about comics. You want to know what I want to know about?
I'm assuming something only I read, given your tone of voice there.
Tell me about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1.
All right, this is fucking another really good issue of Power Rangers this month. Actually, I've been continuously, I continuously, ever since Melissa Flores' run has began, I'm still in the mind space of like, oh god damn it, I gotta read Power Rangers this week. Okay, here we go. And then by 3 pages in, I'm like, oh shit, this is great. Fucking Melissa Flores has saved the Power Rangers comics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is a really solid issue where, there's some slight story advancement. Stuff's going down. They face off with Alpha 1, and everybody gets kind of brought up to speed on his fuckboyedness. And the Rangers get to reunite and form a group. We get a nice little tender scene between Zed and Zordon, but this is really much more about just giving everybody a little moment and a second to breathe here and kind of reestablishing who all these characters are before we move into the next phase of this arc where it's going to be full on battle royale of the Rangers fighting. Yes, the first alpha unit from Go-Go Power Rangers. He's back and he's causing bullshit again. He's one of Rita's goons now, or Mistress Vile's goons. And he's up to some bullshit in this issue, but he ends up escaping and reporting back to Mistress Vile. And yeah, overall solid issue. I really like seeing Trini as a Red Ranger. That's the new Omega Ranger team dynamic is surprisingly charming. I wasn't sure I was going to be into it, but now that we're finally seeing it in action, I do like it. There's only real one moment I would call questionable about this issue, and that's when they form the Omega Blue Thunderzord Omega Zord formation, which is this. It's several of the Omega Zords and several of the Thunder Zords coming together in a way that makes no goddamn sense. Like, I get that this is a comic book, but a key thing about Power Rangers is that the Zords have very specific toyetic ways they function, and when you deviate from that, it just kinda irks me.
Yeah. And they're nano machines now. They can do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Cause some Twitter discussion. What doesn't cause Twitter discussion for you fucking Power Ranger idiots?
They're so desperate. People are spreading around an image, a rumor that there's going to be an Orange Ranger in in Cosmic Fury today, and I'm just like, seriously?
Whatever.
Like, maybe, okay, that might be cool if it is the person people are saying it is, but fucking, can we wait for the goddamn show to drop?
Hey.
Hey.
Anything else you want to say about this book, or should we move on?
I want them to just pull the trigger on Trini and Zach getting together. I think they're really cute together. Stop will they, won't theying it.
Okay. I read Batman Beyond the White Knight. This is the final issue of Beyond the White Knight.
All right.
They beat powers. They do all the stuff. They execute the plan. It's all fun. It's cool. Batman accepts that he's Batman and he has a family that loves and cares about him. And he's like, all right, cool. I'll stop pushing you away.
Mm-hmm.
They save the daughter. The Joker AI disappears and he's like, oh, maybe he fucking had to get deleted because he used too much power. Who knows? But now
do you feel like this is a good end point for the White Knight universe, or do you feel like there needs to be another book that takes place after this?
Well, they've already said that there's going to be another book, because this ends with them going, oh man, there's this dude in Metropolis.
Oh?
And they legit go like, yeah, Superman. Batman's going to have to, because now that Batman has recognized that the world likes Batman, the world needs a Batman. He has a family, and they're the Bat family. They're gonna be trying to help Gotham and do all that kind of stuff. Oh, by the way, there's now Superman. What?
Superman is just now starting?
Yes, and he's not a weird sci-fi cyberpunk Superman because this is the Beyond universe. He is just an old school looking Superman.
That's fucking crazy. Okay.
Uh,
Sounds like the plot of the conflict of the Lego Bat. Buster, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Batman learning to accept the Bat family is a story that had already been done like a couple hundred times before the Lego Batman movie came out. This is not new ground.
It's not new ground. The way it's just doing this time is also just like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if Batman and Harley Quinn also fucked? Because that's kind of like a major thrust of the series was he married Harley Quinzel so she wouldn't testify in court about him being Batman. And basically, he has always just went like, she only married me so we wouldn't betray each other. And she's like, no, my husband died. I fell in love with you. I want to build something with you. And Bruce is just like, here's the thing. In this, it's great. Because Harley Quinzel fucking hates the Joker. This
entire universe has been built around that concept, and it's been done pretty soundly from what I've gleaned.
Yeah. The best way to put it is like, this universe says there's two Harley Quinzels. There's a Harley Quinzel that's madly in love with the Joker, and then there's there's the there's a Harley Quinn that's in love with the Joker, and then
There's
there's
the
some,
Harley that actually thought she could fix the Joker and had to learn that she was wrong.
and then there's the Harley who is an actual psychiatrist and is like, hey, Jack, you're a good guy. The Joker's a fucking piece of shit. Let's try and fix things and do like it works for the story. She is not she is not the Harley Quinn that's like abused by the Joker and thrown away Harley Quinn. She is the she deals with it's good. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The White Knight.
And I mean,
Universe is pretty
like,
good.
this is, we finally have a universe where Batman gets a blonde, so you know I'm all for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. And we have the little Bat family here, and they save the day, and they do all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. We should really, Buster, you and I, we should really catch up on the White Knight comics, because I've read the first one and I really liked it, but I just fell off after that. So,
That's good.
I am still undecided about what I want to pick for AF. We'll see.
We both read Fantastic Four, issue 4.
Number 4 of this series, which has a legacy number. And yeah, we finally get the explanation. They didn't fucking drag it out like Spider-Man.
Nope.
They gave it 4 issues, and we're finally here. We know what Reed did, and as expected, it makes fucking sense. And this whole fucking issue is great.
It makes sense. It makes sense on all fronts for all characters to behave the way they did.
Yeah. And, like, legitimately, it was compelling and endearing and was naturally written to the point where I would say this is the best Fantastic Four story since Hickman.
I would also say this story gives a lot more fucking evidence to Reed being autistic.
Mm-hmm.
This is, like, much more definitive proof.
Dude, he straight up pulls an Ukiyo Ace in this.
But basically, they're fighting Annihilus. Things get bad. The only way Reed can figure out to do it is to do some time shenanigans. But that means that their kids are jumping through time for a year. And they have to wait that entire year to see them. They can't fuck with it, or else the kids are lost.
And that means this 2 groups of parents and an uncle for both those groups are gonna have to live without those kids for a while, and that's pretty fucking traumatic for all parties.
But the thing is,
it's the end of the first arc. It is technically yes, but you could also just jump in and read just this issue as the first issue of the new series, and you wouldn't miss anything.
I would say, though, you could read the first. I enjoy the third one. Vac doesn't, so I can understand why people think it's the lesser of the 3. Read the first 2, because one is a story about Ben and Alicia, and the second is one about Reed and Sue, and it really gives you a perspective on who they are as people and as, like, a couple.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like, Reed is very stoic, and it's like, it's the only way we could solve the problem, and he's very, like, calm. He's classic Reed. And Ben and Alicia's like,
Alicia's like losing her shit.
Yeah.
And Ben's just letting her go off because he knows she needs to. And then, like, at the end of this page, beautifully constructed panels in this issue, by the way. That fucking page was so good. Because it's just like straight line panels
of, like, every time the time gets
expressions.
Time gets bigger and bigger, and eventually Ben just holds Alicia and says, Alicia, look, and you just see Reed crying and bawling his eyes out, and it's like, because
it takes him a second to realize what he's done.
But it also because they're in, like, a weird psychic thing. This is Ryan North, I think.
Yeah, this is the Ryan North book. I didn't read the Fantastic Four with the fill-in Fantastic Four. I know it has its fans. I didn't fucking read it.
And here's the thing. This is what it is. But they're in, like, this weird psychic thing that amplifies emotions on every loop. So it amplified everyone's emotions, including Reed's. And now there you're seeing, like, oh, he's also hurting. He wasn't able to show it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come together as a family and says, like, all right, what are we going to do?
and we're gonna do a road trip until the Baxter Building shows back up, which I think is a nice change of pace for the team. Going around trying to find the real America, and the kids will come back eventually. This is not a permanent status quo change, so I think that sets up interesting storytelling potential for this run going forward. The only problem I have with it is the little bit we get of the kids. It looks like they de-aged Franklin and Val. They look significantly older than they did the last time I saw them, because I thought they were like mid-teens in the slot run, but they look back to like 11 or 12 here.
I don't see it as they looked like 13, 14 to me
Mm.
in this, but it also may just be the art style.
It's entirely possible.
But
We won't know till they show back up.
yeah, Fantastic Four is great. It's good. It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
Legitimately had me tearing up at a couple points. Such good build up for all the characters.
I read issue 3 of Monica Rambeau Photon.
Oh, I completely forgot you were reading that.
She thinks she's busting through different universes and she's trying to get back to 616. So she just popping around doing stuff, trying to solve the mystery. She does superhero stuff until eventually she arrives in a place and two people go like, Monica, you're not traveling through dimensions. You are breaking this one. What? It's good. It sets up a fun thing. It's good. Yeah, solid.
Buster 2, Marvel 2-in-1 is fairly solid. However, it leads directly into the slot run, which starts out okay and then gets god awful. So
yeah, I will say Slot did one of my favorite stories, which was the wedding. That's
which should have happened like a fucking decade ago, if we're being honest.
But I also enjoyed what Reed Richards did for the wedding too, where he made like time stop thing. It's adorable. I also read issue 12 of Hulk.
What's that big Gringaloof up to?
Well, he's on that planet full of other Hulks, and he's going like, oh shit, the evil thing is coming out. I need to leave before everyone here gets hurt. And all of them going like, hey Hulk, we need to take that technology out of your head and kill Banner, because you just need to be the Hulk. You need to be our king. And that's kind of the thing.
Okay.
It's better when you read it. It's good. I don't think this is going to be anybody's favorite Hulk run, because Cates had to step away from writing. Otley stepped in for writing. Cates is still like plotting. He's just not writing it right now.
I see.
So it's good. It's fun. I can't wait to see what happens. We both read Wolverine issue 30.
This issue was so fucking good.
This issue was just Wolverine running around the fucking world chasing after Beast.
Just full on. We are full on. We're not denying it anymore. We're not building up to it. Just no, Beast is an X-Men villain now. And I'm into it. I was with the crowd that was like, I hate this version of Beast. I want him to go back to being fun and happy-go-lucky again. But the fact that they've embraced it now makes it work. The fact that they're just straight up like, no, he's gone too far. He is a villain.
He's done a lot of things, Buster. The best way to kind of think of like what Beast has done is
he's been doing sketchy government espionage shit
for the greater good. Espionage. He believes he's doing the right thing for Krakoa, but he is killing off nations and brainwashing
he's been killing off political figures and like army people that he didn't really need to. And also they recently found out he had a whole fucking asteroid space station where he was illegally experimenting on people.
He also kidnapped and brainwashed Wolverine to turn him into just a weapon. Oh yeah, no, him as a villain has been really well done. It's just people were like, but I want Beast, I don't want this guy.
And you get the feeling that this is like a fairly recent idea, that Benjamin Percy, who has been writing the Wolverine book, saw all that conversation that was going around of like, I hate sketchy espionage Beast, because he wasn't doing anything overtly bad. He was just kind of being a dickhead until this arc. You get the feeling Percy saw that and he went, "Oh, I can do something with that."
Yeah.
And oh boy, has he done something with that.
Yeah, he fucks with Wolverine's FBI contact. He does a bunch of shit. Wolverine fucking finally just kills Beast. It is great.
Mm-hmm. And it's great because it's a fucking Chekhov's gun thing too. Because early in the issue, he says to Sage, like, "I can't just kill him, can I?" And she's like, "No, he's too important. We don't know what backup he'll come back with." And then Beast does something to fuck with the FBI friend's kid, and Wolverine is just like, "All right, fuck it," and brutally murders him. And it's like the most satisfying kill I've seen in a comic in a long time.
After a really funny panel where Beast is just running away after dropping a sniper gun, and he's just like, "Woohoo!" Because he's running like Beast, and it's just like, what the fuck happened to you, dude?
Yeah, no, this whole Wolverine run has been, I think, hasn't Percy been writing this Wolverine book since the first issue?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so you can just go in and start reading this from issue 1. It will refer to the currently running X-Force book quite regularly, but not in like a way where you have to read that if you don't want to.
But yeah, Wolverine good. Wolverine good.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Yeah,
this cover is just fucking great.
When did this run start? Was it 20?
It started like a couple months after Dawn of X.
I have it on my phone. What the fuck is wrong with me? Let me pull it up.
Good job, bud. Good job, bud. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds here.
1, 2. Buckle the shoe.
Shut up.
Why aren't you buckling my shoe?
Because I can't find it on my phone. Okay. It is, if you're looking on the website we usually use, Buster, that you have a link to, it's going to be listed as Wolverine parentheses 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both read Lazarus Planet Dark Fate.
I gotta admit, like, this is the weakest one so far, in my opinion.
This is weak.
None of them are, like, outright bad. It's just the only one I found at all interesting was the Doom Patrol story.
Doom Patrol was fun. I think I remember liking the Flash and the Spirit World one.
Yeah, that was okay. Like I said, it was. I read that and I was like, I don't know if I care about this. I don't know if I care. Oh, Cassandra Cain's gonna be in that book. I guess I gotta at least try it.
Yeah, but Doom Patrol's cool.
Yeah, Doom Patrol was super fun. I love that they're all written, because this is also the writer that's going to be writing that new Doom Patrol book that's coming. And they're all written just like they are in the show, so it feels totally connective for a guy like me who only knows the Doom Patrol from that show.
I also love Crazy Jane being the leader.
Yeah, that's a fun status quo shakeup. I'm interested to see what that book's actually going to feel like. I will be reading the new Doom Patrol book now, definitely.
Yeah. What next? What else do we have?
So it's fucking Frank Quitely on art. I almost forgot about that.
We both read Nightcrawlers.
It's not bad. It's just I am not into the way they're handling Sins of Sinister, with it being all these off-the-wall crazy concepts and not really a coherent story.
I'm not upset at it because it just feels like a throwback to like Age of Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what it's kind of like vibing with. This one's about a bunch of like Nightcrawler fusion of other heroes and how Banshee basically breaks them out of mind control and they start a rebel faction.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's fun. All these characters are fun to read for a little bit. But I'm still like, okay, you set up a huge cliffhanger with what happens to Essex at the end of the first issue, and we still haven't followed up on that. I'd like to follow up on that now, please.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Immoral X-Men, which is coming out next week, will do something with that. Because I think that's the end of the first timeline of this event as they're marketing it.
Yeah. I also do like how, essentially, Nightcrawler's goodness and kindness and faith is what breaks them out of a lot of their mind control.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Peter Parker being a self-sacrifice. The Peter Parker clone is a self-sacrificial idiot. because he
Makes sense.
mistakes his spider sense as sinister mind control.
Oh, Pete.
Eh. But it's solid. We got a fun couple character designs. I love Banshee and the Spirit of Variance bickering.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like their dynamic.
Yeah.
I also really enjoy the line when the three other Nathaniel Essex were meeting up, and Mother Righteous like reveals that she's a clone, and she goes like, "I'm not. Hi, I'm also an Essex clone, but I am also. I am understanding. I am not the original, but she is a girl." Yeah, things like that happen.
Fine. It's fine.
It's a cute line.
Mm-hmm.
Invincible Iron Man. I read it.
That's a wacky looking cover right there.
Because someone used a life model decoy as Tony Stark in an Iron Man suit to frame him for fucky shit.
Oh my god. How does that not happen more often in Marvel?
I
How
don't
are there
know.
not like a billion. Forget scrolls. How are there not a billion life model decoys fucking things up for people's stories?
Who knows? But yeah, Iron Man's just dealing with shit. It's fun. It's good. It's
Yeah.
it. The first issue was a little rough. Second issue was a little better. This is it's sort of it's on an upward swing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We both read X-Men 19.
Yeah, this was a fun issue. I like that we're following up on the Brood. I like the way we're handling it. All the characters are handled pretty well here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good solid X-Men issue.
I like Iceman and Firestar just kicking ass.
Mm-hmm. I like didn't we get a name for old Laura's superhero persona? Like she's going back to one of her old names
Yes, I
here?
don't remember what it is though.
Ah, jeez. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I love Scott's dad when they find him with a brood in his stomach. Just goes like, I thought I should bring in another Summers boy.
Talon.
Talon, yeah, she's Talon now.
Yeah, so that's nice. I like that we're now differentiating. There is Wolverine Laura and there is Talon Laura, and they're not going to interact a whole bunch going forward.
This is just a good, solid issue.
Mm-hmm. It's nice seeing Marvel still using their Aliens analog even when they have the Aliens license.
Yeah, it's good. It's solid. Oh my god, what if that's why the Brood are acting up?
The fucking Xenomorphs fucked with the Brood.
Because the Brood aren't supposed to be doing anything fucky because Brew is their king.
Yeah.
So what if the Xenomorphs happen and that's we're gonna get a crossover?
That would be insane. I'd love that actually.
We both read Wasp #2.
This was pretty good structurally speaking. I like the way we're revisiting a lot of like classic Janet stuff, and we're reaffirming her relationship with Nadia. This all feels very in keeping with that. I don't love the dialogue this issue specifically. That's not something I tend to talk about a whole lot, but the dialogue in this comic really came off as stilted to me.
I think what it is,
there's not a lot of contractions, and it feels like they're trying to write, Nadia as neurodivergent scientist girl, so she's not going to use contractions. But I'm like, Nadia has used contractions all the fucking time before. You don't need to do that.
I don't know. I didn't pick up on any of that. I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I love
I mean,
all the Wasp costumes as robots.
Yeah, that was really fun. I like the tender moment where Janet's like, "Hey, you're my daughter. Forget the adopted. You are my daughter. You can come to me with bullshit." That was really nice to see.
Is this also a return of a dropped plot line? Is Ewing just kind of going like, "Oh, we never did anything with that. Let me just clean that up." Nice.
I've been following Nadia since her introduction, and they did set that up in all different Avengers, which is where she was first introduced. But that book petered out so quickly, and they didn't get to do like half the things they wanted to with it. So it makes sense that they would go back to that storyline here, though I don't remember Ewing being involved with that book. So I think this is just him being the smart fanboy writer.
Yeah, I mean that's what Ewing is. He's the guy who looks at continuity and goes like, "Oh, we can fuck with that. We can fix this."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, overall good. Do you think? Here's my pitch. They did Ant-Man. We're doing Wasp. What if he does a third one after this called Ant-Man and Wasp, where he ties both of the stories in together?
That would be cool, though I don't think that's where they're going.
Oh,
I think they're just going to keep giving him, like, any character that has an anniversary coming up, because he's got that Fury book coming in a few months.
Yeah. I would just like to see Hank Pym return and not be shat on.
Yeah. I'd like to see... You know what I would fucking love to see? Give Al Ewing a Spider-Man book. Let him write Peter. He's the only good choice left.
He's the only
Let him. Don't give him ASM. Just give him a Spider-Man book where he can do this sort of thing, but with Spider-Man.
Break ASM. Break ASM. It's only 2 books a month, and bring back Friendly Neighborhood or
Spectacular.
Adjectiveless, Spectacular. One of them.
Adjectiveless does exist right now. That's the currently running Dan Slott book.
Yeah. Give him Spectacular.
Yeah.
Or Friendly Neighborhood or Peter Parker. One of them.
Yeah.
That's it? Is that it? That can't be fucking it.
That is it. There weren't a lot of books this week.
Yeah. Oh, we read all the books. We read all... Yeah. It's comics, everybody!
Hey!
Hey!
How about it?
Hey, you want to tell the people where they can find you?
Hey everybody, I'm the Vacuuminator. I make YouTube videos sometimes, pretty regularly actually. Yeah. I made a fucking video about a comic book this week actually, and it's doing surprisingly well. Go watch my video on World's Finest. It's got kind of a clickbaity title. It doesn't actually say World's Finest in the title, but you'll be able to tell because it's the newest video on my channel as of this broadcast, and because it has Batman and Superman in the thumbnail.
Batman?
I worked really hard on it, and I'm very surprised and delighted with how well it's doing. But it could always do better. So go to @TheVacuuminator on YouTube, watch that video, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Follow me on Twitter @TheVacuuminator. Follow me on Tumblr, thevacuuminator.tumblr.com, and follow me on Instagram for daily action figure photography. Except I forgot to post something today, so almost daily action figure photography @the_Vacuuminator.
Nice. Hey. Howdy. I am Boingo Writer. I make a variety of content.
Thank you, Calvin.
Yeah. I make a variety of content on the internet. I stream on Twitch pretty regularly. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are my attempted days. I stream a variety of content, including RPGs, platformers, just any game I want to play. I have a YouTube channel where I post a variety of things, such as weekly Kamen Rider Geeks reviews and a scripted video that's giving me a headache, but it's done. I just gotta put it up there. I also am on a variety of social media platforms, including Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Tumblr. Links to all of those, are in the description. And in the meantime, hey. Zach, this was a podcast.
It sure was.
We also have other podcasts, including Components, where we just hang around, bullshit for a little bit.
Yeah.
We also have Analytical Fanboys, a monthly media book club where one of us will pick a thing and the others have to watch it, and we all have a little conversation about it. This month is Puppet History, the web series. I picked it.
Coming up real soon.
Yep, coming up real soon. We also have Twit. You want to tell the people about Twit?
This week at Tokusatsu is where myself and Buster Corp talk about all the latest news and releases from the wild world of live-action Japanese special effects. Do you like Power Rangers? Do you like Power Rangers before it's Power Rangers? Do you like Masked Rider? Do you like Masked Rider when it's good in Japanese? Do you like Ultraman? If any of those questions are yes, you should probably check this out. I like Teenage Mutant Ninja
Turtles: The Next Mutation.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. This is Godzilla time. We talk about Godzilla. It's good.
Is there anything?
We do regularly bitch about PR fans, and we're probably going to do that some more this week. Oh
Do,
boy.
do we need
Oh
to
boy.
plug any more shit? Go
Uh,
watch True Buster. Go watch Buster Core. Their YouTube
uh,
channels. Just go watch them.
go pester Cody to do more regular action figure photography because he's really good at it, but he just doesn't have the time.
There's this fun webcomic called City Thief Ring. You should go read it.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Webtoons.
And Pink Heart's pretty good too.
Yeah, and Nothing Ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
There's also another webcomic that I don't know what the specific name is because I don't think it's out yet. Buster.
Tell Comic Pop to come on Modular Components at some point.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Engage with the algorithm.
Engage with the algorithm.
Whoa!
Whoa! You know what you can also do? You can subscribe to the channel, get this podcast and many more. You know what you could also do? Leave comments. And, what else? Algorithm, engaged. Oh, you're getting married? Ah, Mazel Tov.
Hey!
Pac, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, not really. I don't have any words of wisdom for you this week. Just, stay in school, don't do drugs, kids.
Enough said.